energy only Darren McCarty and Neil Rule can give. It's time for Big D Energy, live on Woodward Sports. Join four-time Stanley Cup champion and legendary badass Darren McCarty and the golden voice of Neil Rule, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., as they give their takes on all things Detroit sports. The number one midday show in Detroit is on. Welcome to Big D Energy.
Yo, 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 what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode. Here we are again. Neil Rule, Sean Belishan, and for T-Mac. We have Chase. We have intern Simeon. We have Spencer Rex. There's no backstory to this.
Nope.
No,
it's just
a giggly day.
Yeah,
right? No, Chase. You know what? Seriously, Simeon's kind of funny. Chase had a good excuse. He's like, we were like, why don't you like bourbon? Chase,
Mike G in the chat, by the way, is it Bourbon Friday?
Yeah, hi. So Chase is like, I go, why don't you like bourbon? He's like, and I'm not much of a drinker. Respect, okay? I look at Simeon, and Simeon gets this look on his face like he's been constipated for 3 days, and like literally he goes, I'll get one, but I'm still trying to recover. God bless you, man. What are you trying to recover from?
Last weekend.
Yeah?
Last weekend?
Friday.
Oh, come on.
No, I'm just fine.
You're a
Okay,
college
right.
student
I'm
at an
just
SEC school.
It took me like one day.
It's true. It's supposed to mean more.
Yeah.
You
Act
know,
like it.
Saturday.
You gotta get the figure
Good
out when
Lord.
you say a line like that. You're a college student at an SEC school. Act like it.
You live in Columbia, Missouri half the year. All right? Act like it.
Now, what else is there to do?
Right, exactly. No,
Nothing.
happy to have everybody with us. It is a 4-Down Friday. It is a Bourbon Friday. Shout out Rob and everybody at Bar Chaz. They gave us the good stuff,
This
the
is
single
good,
barrel.
man.
That's
This-
very, very
this is-
good.
thank you.
Absolutely. And low key, like the bourbon people in my life they've kind of been turning on to it, and they really do enjoy it, and I do too. So salute everybody. It's good to be with you. Don't forget tonight, Nemo's.
Shout out.
Shout out.
Heavyweights.
The heavyweights.
Great
The
spot.
White Claw Tigers watch.
Never
party.
been.
Oh, you're gonna
I don't
have
think.
a
I
blast.
probably have. I mean,
No,
but
you would know it if you went to Nemo's.
yeah.
Yeah, you'll know it. I'm gonna pull up on my way to the airport. I'm doing the Neil Rule special. I'm
Sure.
in to out on the road.
There you go.
So that'll be it. Tammy Chin, happy Friday, everyone. My last day of work for the school year. Summer vacay starts at 4 p.m.
Shout
Way to
out,
go,
Tammy.
Thank you for the service to the kids, Tammy, to your community. And as I always say, everybody that works in education raises your kids. You don't, the people at the school do the math, all right? So just remember that, and I don't care what you guys say. I'll never stand down on that. FJ 1967, good morning. Tammy, Big D Energy, and chat, Michael Worry, good morning. Yes, everybody, we are in there, and we are doing it. A 4-Down Friday, as a matter of fact. You guys know what it is. We go around the sports world, 4 downs, i.e. 4 questions about all of them. We pretend like we're going to get through all of them, and then we don't even come close. So that's it. Do I have everybody up to speed?
Yeah, let's go.
Okay, absolutely. Steve, make sure you grab a few for the road when you stop by, Neil. I got a long drive ahead of me. Keep them coming. Absolutely. So yeah, we're in here, Sean. We're doing it. And I do want to say this. The U.S. Open, real quick. And intern Simeon can vouch for this, and I had him look it up, and then I forgot to bring it up on the air. Congratulations to those that had Scotty Scheffler to miss the cut at plus 800. Simeon,
Wow.
mark me on this. Mark me.
He missed the cut.
You did
He's outside the cut line right now.
He just made a birdie.
Oh, of course. he
So-
did. Where's he at? Plus 5?
I think he's to plus 4 now.
Plus 4. So
Yeah.
he's on the cut line.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's
He's gonna make the cut.
Yeah. Tied 45. He's good. He'll be all right.
Okay, they take the top 60s. Number 2, Sean Belishan. Last night, Stanley Cup Finals.
Oh man.
I was told it was over. I was told Canada lost. I was told that the Edmonton Oilers just aren't cut enough to get in the mix with the big bad Florida Panthers. And Sean, this is one of those weird series. We're not going to spend a ton of time on this. I have a very, very big Lions thing coming up at 11:14.
Yeah.
Very big. That nobody else in this town has. And we're going to discuss it. And you'll hear it around the social media spheres later, as a matter of fact. But, Sean, I was told that Edmonton can't hang. I was told the Panthers are too tough. They're too gritty. They're too ratty. And they were down 3-0 with their future in front of their face. And lo and behold, the gritty Edmonton Oilers?
It was a year ago that legitimately we were all sitting here before Game 4 talking about this series is over. Of all people in the world, Bob is going to win a Conn Smythe trophy. What kind of planet do we live on? And Edmonton came roaring back. The one thing that I can tell you about watching these two play hockey the last 2 years is if you think that there's momentum or it's going in a direction, you're out of your mind. So if you're following the script, Florida comes back and beats Edmonton back in Edmonton. Like this series is awesome in that regard. Calvin Pickard. Like, what are we doing? What
They were
planet-
dead.
Just
They were
enough.
dead.
What planet?
Red
do we
Wings
live
legend Calvin Pickard,
Right.
by the way. Yes.
What planet
forgot
do we
about
live
that.
on?
Oh, yeah.
Never forget.
And Neil, it's kind of funny, and I look at a guy like you, and I say this with respect. It's kind of funny how even guys that aren't all in become all in series like this. You guys should have seen our text exchanges last night.
Electricity.
I was in a room with like 5 different dudes, and I was in the text group with the cats here and everything. Electricity is a word. I'm biased. I've said it forever. I'll say it to my dying day. I don't think there's a more exciting sport in the history of mankind. I don't. I know 98% of you are laughing at me right now, and that's okay. But I use as an exhibit what happened last night. That was special. It was a special night. These are two special teams. I think we're going to look back on this a few years from now and say, wow, this was pretty stinking cool that these two got together these 2 years in a row.
And I might be a nerd or like a geek or whatever you want to call it, but there was this like 45-second period, like 2 minutes into overtime when they were just in the neutral ice the whole time. And nobody could get the puck from the other. They couldn't get it past either blue line. And it was just bouncing back and forth on sticks. I was like, dude, what the fuck's going on? Like, it was just electric. Like you said, it was electricity, man. That overtime period was just insane. Obviously, Bennett, Red Wings legend, Calvin Pickard, got just enough of that shot from Bennett.
Enough.
Just enough. And it hit the crossbar. But, man, that was awesome. And then Draisaitl, like, it'd be crazy to see Leon Draisaitl and Connor McDavid on different teams because, like, nobody should be that big, that strong, that fast, and that skilled, and they got fucking 2 of them.
Yeah.
Like, it's just Draisaitl literally just boxed his way to the goal and ripped one for the game winner.
With one hand.
With one
hand.
one hand. The guy is.
I don't care how it goes
man.
in. Just go in, throw the puck at the net. You're taught about it from the second. You start to jump on the ice and everything. It's been a phenomenal series, and there's no rhyme or reason. I love these people. Well, Edmonton got back to their speed game. No, they never got away from it. I think Florida matched them for a while. The only time for a couple games that I think Edmonton's speed jumped out is when he was on the ice, right?
Correct.
And I think everybody's trying to make rhyme or reason out of something that it's not that difficult.
You want something controversial, Sean? Hockey is not that much different from basketball in that it's a game of runs. It's a game of runs. The Panthers outshot Edmonton, 19-5 or something like that in the first period. And then Edmonton bounced back, and they went on their run. It's just you don't feel it that way because people don't take timeouts and all that kind of stuff. It is a game of all sports are a game of runs. And I stop short of game of momentum because matchups flip momentum. They do. That's the way that it works.
I love this series because I think hockey's been bogged down, and I think in particular a few times during the Blashill era, you kind of felt that everything was a gosh damn set play. Everything was, and Neil, you know what? You've got the best players in the world. Let them do what the best players in the world do. Let them have some creative liberties and take some creative liberties and everything. And it was, I enjoyed that immensely last night. I know that it's not for everybody. I never try to cram it down anybody's throat, but it was cool to see a lot of cats I know that usually aren't in going, dude, this is awesome. This is awesome. So that puts a smile on my face.
Woodward Sports chat thread, King Cethos. I was told Pop-Tarts taste best frozen. King, you were lied to. They do not. They are better out of the toaster. Let's just say it like that. Or you can have them at room temperature. Frozen's a bit aggressive. To me, anyway. To me. Soccer night in Detroit, Taylor and Travis show, and Edmonton wins. Sean, okay. I've let you guys bloviate, and I've let you guys feel good about your little sport. Okay, Sean?
There it is. There it is.
All right, Sean.
All right.
Your thoughts. Taylor and Travis at the Stanley Cup Finals. You hate it, don't you?
I don't
You hate
care.
it. You hate it.
No,
you hate it.
I'm
you
telling
hate
you
it.
the truth. I don't. I
You hate it?
understand why the exhaustion exists. Showing two people on camera for 3 seconds, whatever. No, I'm being serious. I don't care. I really, truly, I think much too much is made about that. I really, truly do. And this goes back to football season. Who cares, right? No,
It's your sport.
I don't care. I'm telling you right now.
I would figure that would upset you.
Not at all.
Okay.
I don't care.
If you want to skip the line in the chat, subscribe to the Woodward Sports YouTube channel. Jump in there, get your thoughts out there. Burn, is it September yet? I'll take preseason football right now. The Tigers are keeping me going.
No, dude, Burn, watch the finals, man. Watch the Stanley Cup final. Watch these NBA finals. Like this has been. I was asking you guys last night. This has probably been the best Stanley Cup final in the past. Like Sean, you said 10 years. I mean, this is electric. Every single, except of course the one stick watched was the only one that didn't go to overtime. But it's just, this is electric, man.
71 days until college football, by the way.
That is true.
Just
More on that later in a 4 Down Friday. Zach Soak, Sean, your nose is getting longer. I know he can lie to us, but he can't lie to himself. Everybody.
I'm serious. I can't. I don't care. Like you know what? All right, Neil. You know what? You put me in. You get to a point in time, and I think you relate to this more than you want to admit. You get to a point in time in life where you
just pack it in.
Your give a fuck is nothing anymore. Like I don't care. I don't. Remember when you were a kid? Nobody talks that way about my mom. Yeah, sure. Whatever you say, man, dude. What?
Can I go have another drink?
Yeah, right. I don't care. Like life's too short. What are Travis Kelce and that woman doing at my Stanley Cup? You're gonna get mad about that? I don't care.
All right, here, Sean, real quick. Can we ask the question though? And Spenny, you kind of touched on it a little bit. What more can we? Why? All right, the ratings. More people are watching in Canada than in America. They are. What is it? 3.6 million people in Canada are watching the Stanley Cup Finals. Game 2 got 2.3 million viewers here. It went down from Game 1, which was already historically low. I want to flat out ask you the question and ask you the people. What more can the NHL? There's nothing else they can do, Sean. I would be like, look.
They can market better.
Well, watch it, enjoy it. We all will. We like it. But that being said, Sean, that is concerning to me. As a guy that likes hockey, that is concerning. There are no more bullets left in the gun after this.
No, I think life is better when you accept what you are, right? I'm being very serious. And I've always laughed, Neil, the back and forth between NBA fans and NHL fans is really funny. Because you know what? When you peel all the layers away, you know what we are? We're both redheaded stepchildren. We are never going to be in the top 2. And that's NBA is clearly number 3, and the NHL is clearly number 4. And the shots that everybody takes at each other,
coming back.
It kind of cracks me up. It's like, that's okay. That's what we are. And I always go back to, I'll never forget.
But Sean, they're not 4 anymore.
Oh, no. My goodness.
They're not 5.
But you know what I mean when you talk about the traditional 4 major sports. Why the famous Sports Illustrated cover, why the NHL is hot and the NBA is not. I'm not joking. I laughed about that 30 years ago. Because stop trying to make it. And Neil, honestly, here's another thing. You got to remember, I grew up playing soccer. That was one of the sports that I played. I loved it. I grew up. To this day, I cannot wait for the World Cup next year. I really love the game. I seriously do. Stop with these soccer's taking over stuff. It's never going to happen. Ever. It's never, ever. No disrespect to you. No disrespect to the team that you call for. Part of it is we are stubborn people that are stuck in our ways. And I brought this up to you, Chase. God bless you. You love racing, right? Good for you. Have a great day. I'll never get into it. Why? I'm a stubborn old man. Really, I'm never going to get into it. And I think that dynamic exists for a lot of people. There are people that sit back and go, I don't have any time for that. Fill in the blank reasons why. There's too many foreigners in hockey. Fill in whatever you say about.
They don't speak English. They're
right.
good players,
All that stuff about soccer, all that stuff about basketball. So, the sooner you might get a few guys, you might win a few guys over. You might ask me to go to a race, and I've been there, so please don't ask. And a dude might just go, holy crap, that was a rush. I'm in. You're going to get some stragglers, but I think everybody's in their compartment. I really, truly do. I think everybody. I'm sorry, something caught my eye.
Woodward Sports chat thread.
Shout out.
DNCENT. This was all I was looking for. DNCENT. I want to love hockey. It's everything we ask for a sports fan. Like, the dudes are cool. They don't have.
They're not super overpaid.
Yeah, they don't have $350 million contracts. None of that stuff. I want to love hockey. It's everything we ask for as sports fans. Unless it's the Wings being good, I just can't do it.
It
doesn't make sense. He's honest about it.
I don't understand how you can. I mean, there's literally no way you could have watched that game last night and been like, I don't like hockey. That was one of the best hockey games I've seen in a very long time. It was fucking awesome. And this series is literally the two best players in the NHL going against one of the best teams ever assembled in the salary cap era. It is David and David versus Goliath, or a bunch of Davids versus two Goliaths, like whatever you want to call it. It's so fucking awesome to watch this series. I don't know.
I did this bit about 15 years ago with a former radio partner, and what is it that people love about football? If you had to say, what is it that people love about football? Why does football grab our imagination?
Sean, what we're gonna do here is we're gonna do that old bit of silver bullet stuff. It's with football, it's like everything else. It's a combination of the gambling / fantasy, of it's the excuse to get blackout drunk at a tailgate, with the violence, with there's only 16 games. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's all these things that are great that are rolled into one package with football.
I always ferocity, right?
Yeah, violence.
Violence.
Same category.
Yeah, we'll keep that on the
gladiators.
The speed of the game and things like that, and that's why I always laugh, because I said to Killer, I said, why hasn't that hit? Can you help me explain it? And it was funny because, usually that guy would be the first guy to say, well, you're an idiot or something. And he thought about it, and he was like, I don't get it. Because, he came over my house, and we were watching games together and everything, and he was like, dude, this is awesome. And he's like, part of it is when you're watching with somebody who's such a nerd like you and everything.
That's
because
fair.
Passion evokes passion. Yeah. And
if you have a question, you can ask.
I'm done trying to explain it. I'm gonna pass the baton to the younger generation. Like, seriously. Chase, Simeon, here's the baton. You guys try to explain to people why it hasn't happened. I just know it hasn't happened, and I've accepted the fact it's never going to happen. That's okay.
What I'm trying to see is, like, the Saudis get the Coliseum back going. Like, I'm trying to see, like, 4 dudes fight a rhino. Like, you can't tell me that would be the most electric fucking thing of all time.
Yeah,
and like,
going out there, like
maybe once.
I would do it. Like, you offer me enough money, I'll go in there with a spear and a shield and fucking fight
See
something.
whatever happens.
Yeah,
happens.
for sure. Give me a couple million, I'll go fucking do it. That would imagine live betting a dude fighting a fucking bear or something like 3 guys fighting a bear with spears. That would be awesome. Are you kidding me?
EX27 in the chat. Nobody's watching the Stanley Cup Finals because it's on effing TNT. EX27,
What?
That's easy button stuff. The NCAA tournament is on the Turner Families Network. We can't get enough.
NBA's on TNT.
The NBA on TNT has the most watched studio show in sports, and it's on TNT.
By far.
I don't buy that. If we like something, we'll find it.
That's the way I've always felt. If you're a hockey fan, and this is why I've always felt that hockey fans are the most passionate. We have to make a concerted effort that most other sports fans don't have to make. We have to say, you know what, I'm going to spend I forget what it is, $139.99, whatever it is, for the center ice package. Neil, That's the best check I write all year. The best check I write all year. $139.99
Yes.
NHL. There you go. I use my damn card. I tap it on the phone. Whatever the case may be, that's the best check I write all year, because every single night, if you come over my house, okay, you're at Casa de Beligion. It might be 9:30 on a Tuesday night. I guarantee you I'm sitting in front of a television watching hockey. Doesn't matter who's on.
Kings Avs.
Right. It doesn't matter who's on.
Are you watching Duck Sharks?
There's a really good chance I am. Now here's the problem. As I've gotten older, I can't go till 1:30
can't do the 1 a.m. anymore?
I can't do it anymore, okay?
That's my litmus test.
But in the playoff, that's something different. The late nights, you make an effort and everything. But I agree with you. If you are passionate about something, you are going to
You're gonna find it.
Your fan base, okay? Seriously. Your soccer fan base is amongst the most passionate around here.
Oh, yeah.
I'm very serious when I say that. I'm not blowing smoke up your ass. They'll find it.
Have you seen the
You're going to put them on Channel 20? Cool. You want to put them on pay-per-view like back in the day? Cool. I need my Neil Rule fix, right? I mean, that's... And I think hockey fans are like that. I'll find it.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
Oh, for
I'll find
sure. These chants like it's a soccer game, but it's a Serbian basketball game.
Yes, it's insane.
It is nuts. Like, imagine trying to shoot a free throw while they're doing and
Yeah.
there's smoke popping in the background. Like, I would definitely go to a Eastern European basketball game. That would be sweet.
I don't care what anybody says along those lines, though, Spenny. And I think this goes hand in hand with what's going on with Canada, with the numbers in Canada. There's a different vibe when you're in a Canadian market.
Yeah.
They're more passionate about
For sure.
the game. That's not a shot against the Detroit Red Wings. It's not a shot against the Florida
But they do it
Panthers.
anyway. Even
Right.
even the American teams in the Stanley
Right.
Cup Finals, they're locked in. Man.
And that's why, Neil, we need to plan a day, and I'm so sorry it can't be in late June. They switched the game on a day that I can't, but we need to go to
Yeah.
the plaza and have some beers.
we are.
That's
good.
like, that's like
Trust
our
the
spring
process.
training.
Sean, it's going to be a good day because that's a day of the White Claw Tigers
I know.
tour,
Why are you
too, where
doing
we're
that
at
to
Old
me?
Miami, and Scooble's going to be on the mound. I'm sorry.
I'm mad. I told you. I texted you yesterday. I'm really mad
We'll
that
just
I
let
can't
it brew.
do that.
Yeah.
We'll just let it brew until he snaps and he says, I'm going.
Yeah.
Burn in the super chat. MLB is a perfect social media era sport. Quick clips, pictures. Just show me the good parts, near perfect games, and no hitters tread. Oh, okay. So we missed a break. We're 0 for 1. So we missed a break. So I want to do this just real quick. And Spenny will combine the breaks. I got another 4 minutes just
Yep.
about the Tigers yesterday.
And then we'll do
Then
the
we'll
TJ
combine the
Watt.
breaks and we'll come back and I want to do the Lions thing.
Yep.
And then we're off.
Sounds
okay?
good.
All right, that's what it is. Last night, Scooble. Did you see his last 30 innings pitched?
Do you see?
It's insane. Like what his last 12 starts, I heard some stat. He's like at a $1.47 ERA and 5 walks.
He's on Bob Gibson shit, right?
He had 2 walks last night. And it was a bad outing for him.
It's
He was
insane.
pissed?
Yeah.
And even AJ said, it's unfair that we hold him to a standard that other pitchers aren't held to.
Yeah.
And even AJ said, by his standards, he kind of struggled a little bit.
Yeah. It was like his
3 hits and 6 Ks.
It was like his B- stuff, and he went 7 scoreless with 6 strikeouts. Like, the guy is just... Listen, Rob, it's okay to repent, Rob Parker. Like, you don't know what you're talking about. Just go out there and say this. This is going to go down, if he continues the way he is, as one of the best pitching seasons in the history of the MLB. The guy is just absolutely electric. Yeah, like, it's his last 70 innings or something like that. He's got like 5 walks and 90 strikeouts or 100 strikeouts. Like, it's just absolute stupidity.
I did the afternoon show yesterday with Anson, and
Shout
it was
out.
funny because I said, you know what? 3 hits and 7 strikeouts, or 2 hits and 7 strikeouts is what I said. And you don't feel like a slapdick at all saying
No.
it.
No.
Like normally you're just like, okay, there you go.
2 hits. 7
Okay. Jordan Addison.
More
You
on
know,
them later.
Yeah, like literally, that's where you're at. And Jordan Addison's the second best receiver in the league. You don't feel like a slapdick doing it. You really don't. I can't wait to get it on Viking fans again. Can we?
More on that later.
Okay, good. Are you-
NFL
really?
4
You got
down.
something
There's
planned?
a little nugget in there. Come on, Sean.
Poor Simeon wasn't here. He doesn't know.
Yeah. He doesn't
Simeon, you know the funniest thing is?
I got a glimpse of it because I was here the week before. The first time I was here was the week before the Sunday Night Football game, Week 18, and so I got a little bit of it.
He
that time I
took
was in here. That was-
98.37% of the shots. I took 100% of the blowback from the Viking fans. And I loved every second of it, too.
As I said, it was a magical time. It was like when I did talk radio with Drew Sharp. I could say whatever I wanted, and Drew got blamed for it.
He was the villain.
Rest in peace,
Yeah,
man.
God bless
Miss you,
him.
Drew.
He
Miss
was
you,
the
Drew.
villain.
100%. Great dude, by the way. Great dude.
Really good human. He really was.
Yes. Steve O'Baby. Neil, I was told the season's over because the Tigers lost a game. Looks like Scooble shut them up. Yes. Dante 151. Unless you're Stick, who still says JV is better than Scooble. I'm just going to be quiet about it and let the resume speak for itself.
I think that's all you can do right now. I honestly, because I don't want to disrespect, like, when we had season tickets back then, every night it was something with Justin Verlander, okay? And you know what? Every night it's something with Tarek Scooble.
Yeah, it's
So I don't want to get involved in that conversation. I'm with you. I think at the end of the year, I have a feeling that there's going to be a clear cut.
this is Cy Young MVP stuff that Scooble has this year.
Yeah, and somebody said that earlier in the chat, and I'm sorry.
If it
I
wasn't
missed
for
who it
Aaron
was.
Judge, he'd be the runaway favorite
Yeah,
for MVP.
and somebody asked that. They're like, this is MVP. He's like the MVP, right? And then I'm like, go check Aaron Judge.
Yeah, Aaron Judge is having arguably the best hitting season in the history of the
It's
MLB.
absurd.
Yeah.
It really
And
is.
he's in New York.
Yeah.
So.
But don't worry, Brian Cashman. Brian's going to come to our rescue come playoff time.
And, yeah, you know Judge is going to hit 201 in the playoffs.
No pitchers.
And hey, it's not just the pitcher. Aaron Judge, notorious choker in the playoffs.
Oh,
He's like
incredible.
201 in like 58 career postseason games or something like that.
It's like A-Rod reborn.
Yeah.
I mean, remember all those years and all the Yankees. Remember this whole bit? A-Rod isn't a true Yankee. Whatever a true Yankee is, but do you remember that? That
Yes.
was because A-Rod was just miserable come postseason,
Yep.
except for the 1 year.
And that's why they won.
All right, let's do it. Let's take the break. You want to rock Stanford in the massage chair?
Yeah, we'll do. Yeah. Let me tell you about Les Stanford, Chevrolet, Cadillac, Buick, and GMC. They've got deals for everybody. Get a 2025 Envision, $259 per month. 2025 Hummer EV, $699 per month, or a 2025 Sierra Double Cab Elevation, $169 per month. Scan the QR code on the screen, or go to LesStanford.com to check out their massive inventory. Les Stanford, Chevrolet, Cadillac, Buick, GMC. Let's Stanford together. Let's ride. And let me tell you about the Massage Chair House. Scan the QR code on the screen to see their massive inventory. They got the largest massage chair showroom in Michigan. It's in Bloomfield Hills. Make sure you check it out. We got the Pharaoh Q edition in the studio right now. It's the best thing that has ever happened to the network. I love it. I use it every day. It's literally amazing. So if you want one of these in your home, all you got to do is scan the QR code, check out their inventory. They've got a ton of different chairs to fit any budget. It's the Massage Chair House.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Why do we fight? We fight to protect the innocent, to hold the powerful accountable, to bring the oppressors to justice. Why do we fight? We fight to secure and preserve our civil liberties, to get each and every one of our clients the justice they deserve, and to make the lives of real people just like you whole again. ThenFights.com.
The boys of summer are here, and Woodward Sports is all over the Motor City with the White Claw Tigers Tour. Come party with Woodward Sports, watch the Tigers, and sip on some White Claw all summer long. The best bars, big giveaways, live events, and a party that only Woodward Sports can throw. Ain't no party like a Woodward Sports party. Join us Friday, June 13th from 5 to 7 with the heavyweights at Nemo's in Corktown for the White Claw Tigers Tour, brought to you by White Claw and Ven Johnson.
Hey everybody, Planet Fitness. We're live from the Planet Fitness Studios. You guys already know, over 50 Metro Detroit locations. And with the Black Card at just $24.99 a month, you get access to any Planet Fitness in the world. All 50 plus in Metro Detroit, all 2,600 plus around the world. I'll be down in the South Florida Coconut Creek one tomorrow, as a matter of fact, getting it in.
Working off that Cuban sandwich.
100%. We're gonna be doing it, everybody.
Leg day today.
Every day's leg day when you run.
I do run every day too. But.
Yeah, he does. He gets it in. See what I'm saying, though? But it's all there for you. Doesn't matter. The cardio, the lifting heavy things, the stretch zones, all of it. The 30-minute circuit if you're pressed for time. PlanetFitness.com. Join there or just pull in the parking lot on the way home. It's Planet Fitness. Don't pay more money to lift the same weights.
Attention sports fans, don't miss out on expert sports injury insights with Dr. Jeff Pierce of Michigan Sports and Spine. Join him every Tuesday on Big D Energy and Thursdays on Ermanni and Edwards with Maz, where he offers top-notch injury advice. Trust the guy that DMAC trusts. Dr. Jeff Pierce is here to keep you in the game and performing at your best. For more information, visit him at MichiganSportsAndSpine.com or give him a call at 248-426-9944.
All right, back at it. Big D Energy, Neil Rule, Sean Belizean in for DMAC. We have Chase, we have intern Simeon, we have Spencer Raxter, we have all of you in the Woodward Sports chat thread. All right, Sean, I want to bring everybody up to date. And I had a conversation yesterday with a very, very good friend of mine, somebody that I've referenced on this show before. He is a writer in the Pro Football Writers Association of America. He gave me a call. And every time he pops up on the caller ID, you stop what you're doing and you answer that call. And look, I'm going to do this. I'm going to take great pains to do this for everybody out here, because I know people in this town are going to flip out. They're going to say, that's not very journalistic of you. All I'm doing is tell you about a conversation I had with a friend that has credibility that is second to none. All right? A guy that I trust implicitly. So here's the deal. Had a conversation yesterday. He said, hey, here's something you might be interested in there in Detroit. We know about what's going on around the NFL, about Trey Hendrickson and his situation. Now TJ Watt in Pittsburgh's name has popped up. He's not going to show up to camp. He's desirous of a deal getting done with Pittsburgh. So here's the deal. According to my source, TJ Watt had a conversation with another NFL player. Now, first off, TJ Watt is desirous to stay in Pittsburgh. Let me say that again. He is desirous to stay in Pittsburgh. That is his first choice. However, if something cannot get done, quote, he would really enjoy playing for Dan Campbell in Detroit. If something were not to get done in Pittsburgh. That is TJ Watt saying that. He would really enjoy playing for Dan Campbell in Detroit. If he's unable to get something done in Pittsburgh. So the writers around town and everybody else, just calm down for a second, all right?
Oh my gosh.
Nothing is imminent. I'm not saying a deal is in place. I'm not doing any of that. What I'm telling you is what I was told the man said.
I have no pants on.
To another NFL player. If he can't get a deal done in Pittsburgh, he would really enjoy playing for Dan Campbell in Detroit. So do that. Do with that what you wish. That is what I was told by a Pro Football Writer Association of America writer per a conversation he had. So there you go.
That would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty cool.
I love it. And it makes sense, right? Everybody wants to play for Dan Campbell. Dan Campbell's the fucking man. The Lions are a great team. Every single player that has ever played for Dan Campbell. This is the best coach I've ever played for. This is the best environment I've ever played in. You heard DJ Reed call it football utopia. to our guy Doc Macaroon got the quote on that one. There's no way in hell the Detroit Lions have TJ Watt on their team next year. There is absolutely 0% chance.
I can't see it, but I think the overriding point is exactly what you just said. For years, the Detroit Red Wings were a legitimate destination for a multitude of reasons. It started with Mr. Ilitch. It started with how he took care of the guys, even with facilities that I know nobody likes to say this because we hold the Joe so near and dear to our heart, were awful. That rink was terrible. You ask anybody that had the misfortune of playing there, they would go to other rinks and see how other people lived, okay? But you had for a while Scotty Bowman, who, while he was, Scotty Bowman, everybody wanted to play for Scotty Bowman because you knew you had a legitimate shot at winning a Stanley Cup. And that's where we're at right now with the Detroit Red Wings. There is the Detroit Lions, the word gets out, okay? Much like years ago, the word gets out that the Detroit Lions were a bad franchise, and you're just going to have to trust me when I say that was the thing. It was. Don't go to Detroit. They don't take care of you. They had celebrations for guys when they left the Detroit Lions. That culture has 100% changed. It is a different dynamic right now. And at the end of the day, I think just the fact that Detroit is a name that pops up as possible destinations tells you everything you need to know about what the reputation is about the Detroit Lions franchise right now. And Dan Campbell's a huge part of it.
No, and look, guys, like, here's the deal. Everyone's saying, and even you, Spenny, like, here, you want the roadmap for how it could happen? If nothing's going to get done with Pittsburgh, and this is Pittsburgh we're talking about here.
But we can't do
No,
that.
Spenny, here's the roadmap. If everyone goes into this with their eyes open, including TJ Watt, and this is Pittsburgh we're talking about, Spenny, are they, do they make it rain in the club with the
No.
Winn-Dixie shopping bag?
Not really,
Not
no.
exactly, right?
Nope.
If Watt says, we can't get this done, then he's going to say, then get me out of here. And here's the deal. I'm not saying you're going to sign him to an extension, but the bottom line is if nothing can get done and things get to an impasse, and he says, I am not playing for Pittsburgh, I'm not, then what are we doing?
If he's not playing for Pittsburgh because they won't pay him, he's not going to play for the Lions if they don't pay him.
Well, I mean, it's still $30 million, though.
Yeah, but he wants long-term commitment and guaranteed money, and because you could go out there and you could tear your ACL on any play. So
No doubt.
He's not. It's just like Trey Hendrickson. Neither of these guys are going to play next season unless they get big long-term extensions worth $40+ million.
The only possible way that happens, and I can't tell you how minuscule the chances are, Spenny, but I would be remiss if I didn't say this, is I want to be at a place where I legitimately have a chance to win, and then I can parlay that into a bigger contract someplace else. That's and again, Spenny, my fingers can't stay that close to talk about the possibility. Does it exist? I'm not saying that it doesn't exist. Does it exist? Yes, but
that's the roadmap.
I tend to agree with you,
and I do too.
I think it's minuscule.
Yeah, no, I do. Like, hey, bet your children on
Right.
TJ Watt being
Right.
here next year. No, I'm not going to do that. But I'm saying there is a roadmap. And look, this is Pittsburgh and Cincinnati are very close cousins. More on Cincinnati later in the NFL 4.
I agree with that.
But they are very close cousins.
I agree with
But for some reason in Pittsburgh it works and in Cincinnati it doesn't, but whatever.
You know what? And I think that you nailed right on the head, Neil. Pittsburgh will find a way to make the playoff and lose, and Cincinnati will be, like we talked about last year.
I'm Back Bowl.
The I'm Back Bowl. Don't worry. Here they come. All
They
right.
should make Cincinnati play Dallas every year in the beginning of
Are they
November.
on the schedule again? Please tell me they are.
Every year in the beginning
I
of
need
November.
That was
They
so
could
good.
sell it as a one-off to whatever streaming network they want to do, the I'm Back Bowl.
That was so
Winter
damn
is
good.
back.
Oh my gosh, was that good? And now with Dak being back, oh my goodness gracious, that would be so much fun.
Yes. But again, it's, guys, I'm not reporting it. I'm just saying what was said. Damn it. That's all. That's all. I'm just saying what was said.
And I 100% believe that he said that. Because, like I said, who wouldn't want to play for Dan Campbell? Who wouldn't want to play for this Detroit Lions team and this coaching staff when everybody, except for Terrell Crosby that has played for him, is like, he's the greatest coach of all time. I'd go to war for this guy. I'd die for him. Yeah, I mean, would I like to have TJ Watt? Yeah, for sure. It's not going to fucking happen. Not a chance.
It has to get ugly in Pittsburgh, right? It has to. It's the only way. If
we
you
would
were
have
TJ
to pay
Watt,
him. The only way he plays for us is if we pay him, and they're not going to. And we can't.
But I would say this, though, Spenny. Just put yourself in his shoes, and this is me. If it gets to the point where it breaks down and it's not going to happen, where they say, no, we're not giving you a deal, then I would say, get me out of here because I'm getting my $30 million and I'm playing somewhere, but it won't be here.
Yep. And
that's it.
Shout out to Thomas in the Woodward Sports Chat with a quick breaking news. He says MSU has signed Adam Nightingale to a 5-year extension. So shout out to Coach Nightingale, much deserved. And this year, this is the year. It's natty or bust.
Jason R. Neil, don't start this shit. You know he ain't coming here. Never said he was.
He didn't say he was. He said he loved.
I love listening to you on your show, but shame on you, sir. This is the dumbest take I've ever heard from you. Jason, please rewind the show and told me where I said, I right now, Neil Rule of Woodward Sports, am reporting that TJ Watt is packing his bags and coming to Detroit right now, that a trade is imminent.
Clip it.
I did not say that.
Take that part out.
I'm just the clip says otherwise. Says the guy who cuts the clip.
It's me.
Spoiler alert! It's me, says Chase. Okay, Jason, I did not say that. I'm telling you a conversation that I was alerted to. That's it. Sean? Didn't I go through great pains to say this? Didn't I set this up? Didn't I put the disclaimer out there?
He is desirous of
making it work in Pittsburgh.
If it doesn't work in Pittsburgh, he would love to play for Dan Campbell. How's that?
And who wouldn't?
Right.
Who wouldn't want to play for Dan Campbell? I want to play for Dan Campbell. Everybody wants to play for Dan Campbell. We hear Michael Parsons said he wanted to play for Dan Campbell. Max Crosby said he wanted to play for Dan Campbell. And we know that our guy Brad Holmes was in the trenches trying to get an edge rusher. We know he called about the Neil Hunter and Max Crosby and Myles Garrett and all that stuff. But it's already past the point. If you were going to trade for one of these guys, it was going to be 2 years ago or last year when Hutch was not about to get a $40 million a year contract. So TJ Watt's going to be in Pittsburgh for the rest of his career.
You think for the rest of his career?
I think outside of maybe the last 2 years where he bounces
outside
around
of that
somewhere,
stint where everybody goes to Arizona for a year,
like Joey Bosa now going to the Bills. Okay,
Emmitt Smith.
Yeah, he's going to sign a long-term extension with Pittsburgh.
That right there is why Barry Sanders is better than Emmitt Smith.
Emmitt Smith. And you hear Pat Summerall just say it, and he went to Arizona, and he did Arizona things while in Arizona. No doubt about it.
Just a fan. Neil says it, then say, I'm not reporting it. Why are you bringing it up? Clickbait. Because a friend of mine is a Professional Football Writers Association of America writer and called me yesterday to tell me about it.
And it's not clickbait. That's what he said. He has not tried to deceive anybody.
No matter what.
Do you know what clickbait is?
Like, if he doesn't come here, that's still a good thing. Like, again, guys, the reputation around the league is a complete 180 from what it used to be.
Yes.
Nobody came
and that's
here.
the moral of the story.
Guys couldn't wait to get out of here. This is a true story, and if you don't believe me, ask Terry Foster. This is a true story. When guys were able to leave here, players had parties.
Yes.
That is a true story. Congratulations. Simeon, you made it. You're out of Woodward. We're taking you out to drink tonight. Like, that is a...
Then you say I'm trying to recover from last weekend. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, boy, that was weak, dude.
Sorry, I hijacked it.
That was like Missouri S&T stuff, not Missouri stuff,
no.
Okay? But, you know, at the end of the day, Neil, like, that's a good thing. It's a darn good thing that our reputation is as such.
Absolutely. You haven't heard I haven't heard in my life, in my lifetime, in my 28 years of life, I have never heard somebody, aside from the past 2 years, go, I want to play in Detroit. I want to play for the Lions. I want to play for Jim Schwartz. I want to play for Jim Caldwell. I want to play for Rod Marinelli. I want to play. Like, no, that was never a thing. Now, everybody, if you asked, I would say a vast majority of players take, aside from your team, if you could play on another team, who would it be? I bet the majority would be Lions or Chiefs. Chiefs, you know you're going to be in the Super. Chiefs, you know you're going to be in the Super Bowl. Lions, they've got one of the best
and Eagles and
structures in football right now. Like it's
and I want to play for the Eagles and
man.
Guys want to play for them.
It just does.
And that's what this is. This isn't the Lions are going to trade for TJ Watt. No, this is good players want to play in Detroit, and that's a good thing.
All right, let's take the break and get into the 4 Down Friday.
And shout out to Jason Hansen in the Woodward. Oh, Hannon, never mind. Don't get it read. Thought it was either a legend or the name of a legend, but
that's it. Speaking of legends.
But shout out Jason Hannon. He says we have a better chance of getting J.J. Watt, which is true. That is absolutely true.
A good place to spend a Friday.
I mean, I'd take Ben Johnson if he were available on the wire as well, because the bottom line is this: if you've got a crisis, let Ven point the way. Step number 1, verify with details and photos. The guys were talking about, like, at the time that it all goes down. Step 2, engage your attorney. Step 3, notify your insurance provider. Then you can get justice with Ven Johnson Law, the fighter.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
Tired of losing out on the car of your dreams? Bad credit? No credit? At the Feldman Chevrolet Freedom Sale, we say yes. Over 5,000 new Chevys to choose from, all priced to move with our best deals of the year. Get a 2025 Silverado for just $149 a month, or this 2026 Equinox for only $209 a month. When other dealers say no, Feldman Chevrolet says yes. Don't miss the Freedom Sale, going on now at Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer.
Big injuries, big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon, and Ermanni and Edwards with Maz Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you.
Neil Rule here for Caesars Sportsbook, the official sportsbook of Woodward Sports. And yes, you could scan the QR code on the screen above my head right there. Download the Caesars Sportsbook app. Use the promo code Woodward1000 when you make your first deposit. That way, when you make your first bet, your very first bet, if you happen to lose it, you'll get it back as a free bonus bet, all the way up to $1,000. Makes sense, right? Woodward 1000. There we go, everyone. You can get involved. Like, for instance, when we were talking about it, you could have downloaded the Caesars Sportsbook app, use the code Woodward 1000, made your first deposit using that code, and bet up to $1,000 on Scotty Scheffler to miss the cut at plus 800, because we talked about it. You would have got $8,000 if he does in fact miss the cut. But if he doesn't, you get the $1,000 back as a free bonus bet. But he might miss the cut. I'm just saying. Caesars Sportsbook, man, it's Caesars. The app is clean. It doesn't glitch out. They have all the markets. It's easy to navigate. You can bet on guys to miss the cut on PGA Tour golf. So there it is, everybody. Caesars, the official sportsbook of Woodward Sports. If you have a gambling problem, 1-800-GAMBLER. All right, pulling up. Neil Rule, Sean Belizean in for D-Mac Chase, intern Simeon, Spencer Raxter, as well. All of you in the Woodward Sports chat thread. Danny G. Next week's title, Myles Garrett, TJ Watt, Hendrickson all said they will hold out until they sign with the Lions specifically. Danny G, where did I say that, bro?
Yeah, you guys are getting butthurt over something. Though.
Yeah, I don't get what the deal is, but whatever. All right, 4 down. Soccer night in Detroit. Ven Johnson greater than Ben Johnson. That's facts.
Absolutely facts.
100% facts. Sean, you ready to rock for the 4 down?
Let's go.
Let's do it, everybody.
Oh,
4
jeez.
down. What?
Nothing.
What?
Nothing. Literally nothing. I'm good to go.
Okay. All right, 4 down Friday. So here we go. Let's kick it off with the Lions, shall we?
All right, first question on the Lions. 4 down Friday. Over under 10.5 is the win total. Where are you guys at?
I'm intrigued.
I was at 11 this whole time. It's a coin flip. It's a literal coin flip, which is why the over under is 10.5. Is there a path where they're 10-7? Sure there is.
Yes.
Sure there is.
No.
I'm willing to go as high as 12. And quite frankly, that's where I'm sitting.
No, but Sean,
I am
like
sitting at 12.
it's going to
I'm
be much like last year in that, like the Minnesota game, for instance. You've got a kicker from the UFL on a game-winning kick at the end of the game on the road.
Yeah.
Does he make it? Does he miss it? Well, he made it that time. You know what I'm saying? Like, that. Everybody gets caught up in the, how can you say they won't get to 11 wins? Well, very easily. You miss a game-winning kick. That's how this league is designed. That's how this league works.
I'm gonna take the over, but I wouldn't put a lot on it. Now, okay, so can I flip this? Let me flip this. And Spenny, I'm gonna talk to you. The Lions finished 10-7. How surprised would you be?
Very surprised.
A little surprised?
Yeah, a little.
Yeah. You guys? Yeah. That's kind of the way I feel. I'll take the over. I'm not putting a lot on it.
You're not putting the University of Missouri meal plan on them winning the over, right?
Is it a good meal
plan?
plan?
He says no.
Man,
Yeah.
Sni-Fi. I used to work at Sni-Fi. They had the little grill area that they do the Philly cheesesteaks and the chicken Phillies and stuff at. Oh, man. Shit was so clutch. Sni-Fi, obviously Acres is probably the best calf because it's brand new.
Right.
But Sni-Fi, underrated calf.
I love food.
Second down, please.
All right, second down. Second question of, I love food too, of the Lions' 4 downs. What's the ceiling for J-Mo? Combined yards and touchdowns. The limit does
I'm
not
sorry,
exist.
I picked some low-hanging fruit. I openly admit it, but I think these are conversations we're going to be having all summer.
No, we are. And guess what? We can do it again in a month.
Let's do it.
And on Monday we'll have a topic about it that may influence what you think about that. I'm sorry, what the question was, over under?
Yeah, total yards and touchdowns.
Total yards, so that includes rushing. Mm-hmm. 14-10? Would that be a good line? 14-11? 14-50, 10.5, 13-50, 10.5, around that area code.
I was going 16 and 12. Really and truly. I can see him 9 touchdown receptions, 3 touchdown runs.
So we got a new number 1 then.
Well, I'm
By the
talking
numbers.
combined. I'm talking combined.
Yeah. But
Yes.
by the numbers.
Yes.
I'm talking about,
Yes.
Sean, like, look, we get caught up in the number 1 receiver title. I'm talking about who are you getting the rock to? Be it running, whatever. If you want an impact play, who are you getting the rock to?
I still think that Amon-Ra will have more receptions. I think that
For sure.
the numbers will be bigger for J-Mo. I do. That's why I crumbled up $10 and threw it at Justin to put down on Offensive Player of the Year. You better put that down, Justin. You better put that down. That's all I'm going to say, young man. Or I'm going to start telling people all the slapdick things you say before the show starts.
Oh,
Right? Spenny, is that, am
that's
I?
fair.
1,800 yards, 12 touchdowns.
Yes,
Okay.
I'm right there with you.
Cool.
Okay. All right. Third down.
Third down, third question. It's June 13th. So this is subject to change.
Hold on. I love when we start these things with today is June 13th.
I don't know if you guys knew that, though.
But nothing
Friday
makes me
the
feel better.
13th.
Yes.
It's Friday the 13th, yes.
Nemo's Heavyweights brought to you by White Claw.
On Friday the 13th.
All right. Sorry. Go ahead.
It is June 13th.
Yes,
so
it is.
this is subject to change often. But what game are you looking forward to the most? Is it Sunday night, Philly, November?
The idea of Sunday night in Philly in November, I don't know why. There's a squirming in my nether region. Like, even just hearing him talk about it, there really is.
Mine's easy. The fucking Bears. Give me the fucking Bears.
Okay. It's not. I'm from the same family. I am. But there's something about week 1 at Lambeau. They're just, we own them. We own that stadium. And I was
going to say the same thing,
I love that we beat the piss out of the Packers all the time. I love it. I love the Jordan Love stuff. I love how great Jordan Love is. I never see it, but then again, I'm a Lions fan, so we've never seen it. I love the way that this is Jordan Love's year. Every single year we hear it. Yet, when the Lions go in there, they beat the piss out of him all the time. Sean, I love it. I should be saying the Chiefs. I should be saying the Eagles. I should be with you. But I can't. I can't.
Now hearing you guys say that, now there's a special place in my heart for like Christmas Day, like with the little Viking. I got my little horn.
That too.
Just something so cute
I can't wait. But then there's another part of me that says,
so mad.
Commanders fans, hi.
Oh, can you imagine going in there? Oh goodness.
Hi, Commanders fans.
Goodness.
Because I know you forget that Philly put 55 on you the weekend after you beat us. I know you forget that. And you guys have done the impossible. Jaden Daniels was my guy through college. I stopped short of taking one of Sean's family members hostage to make him vote for Jaden Daniels for the Heisman. I stopped one stop short of that. But you guys have done the impossible. Boy, when Jaden Daniels had to go into Philly and face 21 of 22 starters, boy, things worked out a little bit differently, didn't they?
It's weird.
And the next thing you knew, Philly had 55 points on the Commanders. I know Commanders fans have forgotten that. They thought the season ended, and that was the Super Bowl when they beat the Lions. But in fact, they played another game, Commanders fans, and you almost gave up a 60 spot to them. I want to say the Commanders too, Sean. I don't like this schedule because I think it's egregious.
It's horrible.
But I love it.
And that, you know what? I love it because I know they love it. That they're, whether it be Amon-Ra St. Brown, whether it be Dan Campbell. I always go back to that. I don't know why, Neil, it resonates with me, that game in Green Bay last year, where if we're being honest with ourselves, you know what? We were all a bunch of little bitches. We were. It's supposed to rain. It's going to be a Green Bay game. And you get Dan Campbell coming out on Thursday saying, man, we love this. I hope it pours. I hope the field's crappy. We're built for this. And it was like, hey, guys, things have changed.
Sean, I could not fucking believe the rhetoric of the national media that week being like, the Packers are bringing them in here and they're going to ground and pound. Like, do you guys not fucking know who the Lions are? Like, they love give David Montgomery the ball. What'd they do? Gave David Montgomery the ball and he went fucking nuts.
Yep.
Like, I couldn't believe it.
Just watching Penei Sewell.
Yeah.
Every single time. And I loved it too. And even the Lions fans, because, well, it's raining and golf's playing. Who
cares?
Yeah, didn't matter. That's the other thing, too. Well, the schedule's hard because they got to play outside. Fuck that, dude. You think they care? You think Penei Sewell cares if it's cold outside?
It was their quarterback that looked like the guy that struggled playing in the rain.
Wait a minute,
It
Sean.
was their team that looked like they didn't want any part of being out.
Are you talking about Jordan Love?
I can't. You know the routine, though. Like, I don't know how many Packer fans are watching right now. Neil,
there's always a couple.
Neil, I cannot stress this enough, okay? The Packer fans that I know, most of them from the UP, mind you, are down on Jordan Love. They really are. And when I say down, I don't mean done with him, but worried about him. Okay, maybe he's not the savior that we thought him to be. And I think that is the only answer to the Jordan Love question right now. We have to start thinking, maybe this guy isn't that guy, okay? He had the cute little span. I admit it, after what he did to us on Thanksgiving, I was terrified. And they had a couple more weeks like that, and then it was the game against Dallas. Consider the source, mind you. It was Dallas in January, after all. But other than that, Neil, it's been few and far between with that guy. It really has.
But it's been as advertised, because I remember I gave out the get right in the 49ers game.
That is true.
The 49ers, the only parlay in the history of the get right.
Yep.
49ers to win, Jordan Love to throw a pick. Guaranteed.
That's fair.
Guaranteed. I would have bet my children on that. 100%.
It was coming. Yeah,
I'm gonna come.
Listen, there are more questions about him right now than answers. I don't care what anybody says, and I think a Green Bay Packer fan knows that better than anybody.
Is there one more?
Yep, one more.
Right.
So when does Z sign?
I think we've been consistent about this. He's coming, right? Can we drop the he's coming?
I'm
just
gonna
a question
come.
of when. It's just a question of when.
Do not come.
I would say after right before camp, beginning of camp. Again, I think that there's a handshake deal in place, and I am not reporting this. I am of the belief of being around sports for a living. Like, it's how I make my money. I am of the belief that there is a handshake deal done already. Let's see how this plays out. Let's see who else we can bring in. If an opportunity presents itself, then we'll do this. Then we'll do a 2-year deal instead of a 1-year deal. That's what I believe, Sean. I do believe that Z is already on the team financially, if you know what I mean. Mm-hmm. And he is desirous of the optimum availability of good players and that process playing itself out.
It's money accounted for already.
Yes.
It may not be on the books, but it's accounted for.
In some fashion.
Neil, I bet you it's after camp starts.
Yeah.
The veteran's going to say, do I really have to come the first week? Nah, Z,
July 15 to August 7th.
Yeah.
That would be my window. Lots of talk about the Chiefs game. Jason Hannon, who said, "Don't worry, Spenny, I get that a lot about Jason Hanson." He also says, "I can't wait to play the Ravens again." That one too. I want to spin.
One.
Yeah, no one's talking about that.
That's the Sunday night game,
yes.
right?
I think it's Monday night. Monday Night Football.
Is it Monday night?
All right.
Yeah.
I thought it was
Intern
Sunday. My
Simeon
bad.
on there.
Monday Night Football.
Yeah, I'm in. Especially,
I want to spin it then.
I remember what happened a couple of years ago. That one was.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm excited to play the Ravens.
That one was really sobering. That game. I mean, we didn't have a prayer that game.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm excited to play the Ravens.
I want it.
Stop being a bitch and come on.
I want it.
Ravens scare me. Lamar versus that. Doesn't he only have like one loss against the NFC in his career?
Yes, it's something crazy like that.
Yeah.
Where are we going?
I say we push through. Just skip this one and go to 12:10.
Okay.
Because I mean it's merchant socials. It's like Woodward.
All right, then let's do it. You want to do the NFL?
We can do the NFL. Yeah.
Let's do it, everybody.
All right, NFL 4 downs. First question: in 7-on-7 drills, McCarthy will drop back and methodically eye the route progressions. He uses these reps to synchronize his footwork with the speed of the route concepts. Are these just quotes from training camp again?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, they are, Sean.
Yep. I'm in. That's fine. No,
Sean?
this is the
Oh wait,
best.
that was the one from last week.
Yes, I was going to say it was. It sounds
Okay.
like it.
That's all right.
All right, first question for real.
We have another one of those, though, in this week.
Shamar Stewart, the team's 2025 first-round pick, left mandatory minicamp Thursday due to contract dispute. According to ESPN, the dispute involves language in the contract that would affect guaranteed money. What is it with the Bengals? 8% of, I think it was 8% of contracts have the language that Shamar Stewart's did.
It's all slotted.
It's crazy.
I don't understand this.
It's crazy.
It's all slotted. Like, they did this in the labor agreement. It's all set up. What is the problem with the Bengals? Why do they do this all the time? Why are you a Bengals? Cincinnati people, if any of you are watching right now, please go in the chat and tell me, why do you root for the Bengals? Why?
This is why so many Bengals have tried to make the argument that they've been a worse franchise than the Detroit Lions. And I understand where you're coming from, but at least you've been to the Super Bowl multiple times is where I think the argument ends. But this has been in their DNA going back to Mike Brown. It has been. This has been in their DNA forever. It's a crying shame because that is a very, very passionate fan base.
Brendan in the chat, as a representative Vikings fan, I'm still here even in the midst of the offseason. Neil has grown on me. He just annoys me sometimes and knows the buttons to push. He does know what he's talking about, though. Brent, that's all I want. That's all I want.
That's very nice.
That is very nice.
That's very why do you always mad at me? I don't get it.
Second down.
Second down, second question of the NFL 4 down. The Steelers offensive coordinator Arthur Smith, in 6 years as a play caller, has had his offensive rank in the top 5 in rushing 4 times. So he's the perfect guy to lead an offense with Aaron Rodgers and DK Metcalf, right?
I'm proud of that one.
That's a good one.
Sean, that may be my best work.
That's fine. That's fine.
This is like a tick. Am I the only one that thinks this could be a ticking time bomb?
I need it. I need it like air, food, water, and shelter. I really do.
Sean, you know what we need? We need him to be 0-3, 1-4, 2-5. We need it. We need it. Sean, like, look, you and I are very, very similar people. Very similar people. You're a little more into smoking, meat than I am, but other than that, I love grilling. So we're in the family.
I'm doing so many Duroc racks tomorrow. I'm just letting you know. Like
I know
I already got it planned in my head.
I don't even know what that is. You always talk about. I don't think I've ever had Duroc ribs.
All right. Well, you know what? Come over to the house sometime. I invited you tomorrow, and you spit in my face.
It's my friend's birthday.
You did.
Happy birthday, Corey. By the way, love you, brother.
All right.
No, I'm putting like 20 racks on tomorrow. I'm not even being funny.
Tony D, you need 100 proof bourbon. 102. For our chest. No, but Sean, landing the plane here. This is what I love about the NFL season. It's not just my team. It's not just when the Ravens play the Chiefs. It's not that. It's all these little side stories. Bengals on back. Cowboys on back. Steelers with a guy who has led the league in rushing attempts for the last 6 years at the coordinator spot that's got to deal with DK Metcalf and Aaron Rodgers. Sean, I want disaster there. And at the cost of Mike Tomlin, who I like a lot, so be it. There's sometimes I got to be carnal.
It's funny. Aaron Rodgers in recent years, and we talked about this a lot last year. If you look at Aaron Rodgers' year as a whole, okay, it wasn't bad. It's when it happened that changed the trajectory of it. At the beginning of the year, it's the old Trent Green. I used to joke all the time, Trent Green was the greatest fantasy football quarterback in the history of mankind because the Chiefs got off to like the 5-7 start, and then we have to turn it on. And he's firing darts to Tony Gonzalez in weeks 13, 14, 15, 16, and losers like me are winning championships because of it. Aaron Rodgers, when it counted last year, didn't do it. I mean, period, end of story. Late in the year when everybody stopped paying attention, when
it didn't matter. When it didn't matter.
You got it. When the Jets were a pure, unmitigated disaster is why people like me and Flannel sit back and go, his year wasn't so bad, but when it counted, he was a disaster. And that's so I'm really intrigued to see if that same dynamic works. This is an incredible matchup, though. The witchcraft and wizardry of Mike Tomlin and the whole Aaron Rodgers experience. Something's got to give. One of those two things are going to break, and that's what makes it so intriguing to me.
And Sean, that's it. That's why I love it. Brendan also in the chat, Vikings fan. I've said it before, but had Randy Moss never been drafted to the Vikings, I would have been a Lions fan. I, to this day, think the Lions have the best colors in the league. You know what, Brendan? Talk to the rest of your brethren and get them on your level of intelligence and understanding. That's all I ask. You are one of a few in a sea of many.
That Dante Culpepper, Randy Moss thing, man. And
it was fun.
I saw both of them. I was doing Toledo at the time. Dante Culpepper was bigger than like most linebackers. People forget.
Popeye's biscuit away from a tight end.
Right. I mean, my man was a big boy. He really was. But what a fun. And then remember Randall, another Randall back from the dead.
Just close your eyes and throw it up.
Jeez, oh Pete, man.
Third down.
Third down, third.
Here we go, Sean.
Third question. Speaking of which, headline from minicamp, from Vikings minicamp. The second mandatory minicamp practice has just finished, and there was this Minnesota Vikings new center, Ryan Kelly, cradling his helmet next to the field and saying things like, "This is the most talented team I've ever been around, top to bottom."
No, he fell down on his bum.
Okay, no.
Get back up, JJ.
Low center of gravity.
I love him. I'm telling you, I've never in my life. I'm not joking. You people, honestly, you guys deserve a lot of. I never had any feelings towards you. Never, ever. And you did something to my soul last year, and I don't want it to go away. That's going to be my fun little bit. And I still remember all your names, okay? I do. I have a really weird memory like that, okay? And I'll wait, and I'll wait, and I'll wait, and you'll know it's coming, and I'm still going to surprise you. And Neil, that's what happened last year, the Sunday night game. I mean, some of the, there's no other way, maniacal tweets that came your way and my way, because they always had to include me on there. Listen, I'm going to say it again, okay? I felt this way last year. I think they're a good team. I think that KOC is a heck of a coach.
They're the most talented Vikings team ever. You were just told that.
But you know what? You're not
job.
you're not at the big boy table yet. You're not. I'm sorry. You aren't.
Sean.
I got the little push-up high chair for you.
Get you some Cheerios.
I'm gonna get you your little Cheerios, okay?
in that cup with the lid that you can only put your hand in and pull one out, and then it closes back up.
Daddy's flying his plane in from Dallas Fort Worth.
Drop it in your mouth. It's gonna be adorable. No, you know what? They are. You know what? They're like I don't know, the Pittsburgh Steelers. Like I think they'll be a playoff team, and they'll be out in the first week.
I'm just mad at you.
I don't
for
think
not
the
falling
Steelers
for it.
make the playoffs.
You didn't fall for it.
I'm not falling for it, dude. No way.
No, I'm mad at you for not falling for when I cast the line in right there, and you just looked at it.
You'll get them.
And swam away.
You'll get that. Well, because you know what's going to happen in an hour. They're all going to yell at me.
I know, and I can't wait for it. Mike,
I don't get it.
I don't think the Steelers make the playoffs. I got three.
You don't think they're a playoff team?
No, I got three coming out of the West. I think it's going to be Chargers, Chiefs, and Broncos. That are the three that make it out of a division.
I think the Broncos Steelers will be.
I like Bo Nix a lot.
I think Broncos Steelers Dolphins will be those. They'll be fighting for one.
I think Dolphins are cooked. I think Tua. This is it for Tua. It's gonna happen.
The Dolphins are perilously close to the Indianapolis Colts.
I'm telling you, it's gonna happen this year. And I could say it. Mashed potato brain brother. We're with this together.
It's
CTE.
his last stand, isn't it?
It's coming this year.
He's very cuttable after this year.
It's gonna happen.
When do we play if and or? Because I love that game. I give you full credit. Is it like the week before Thanksgiving where we can drop if or the week after Thanksgiving?
The table dictates. I'm at the mercy of we don't get to dictate with and or.
That's true.
Math dictates with and or.
I love with and or. What a great game.
I'm just
as long as you just put the Indianapolis Colts logo in there,
yes,
and you're okay. You're okay.
Sean, it is
the Falcons
in my.
The Falcons
in my career.
Always.
Look, I'm proud of a lot of things in my career. I am most proud of, and I'm not bullshitting you at all, the thing I am most proud of is working with you and coming up with a bit that is memorable. Because you've had a lot throughout the years. You've had a lot. But to look at your face tells the truth.
I love that game.
Or
that's a fun game.
It's the best game in the NFL. It's a segment on the pregame show.
We're all sitting there on a Monday night, texting each other about some dumb game, calling it the back bowl.
Yeah.
And with and/or is in play, Neil. You can laugh if you want, but with and/or is in play.
Yeah, you guys know Colts Colts Cardinals on Thursday night in Week 12 is going to be the.
Starts.
That's the I'm back
so
bowl.
In.
Oh yeah.
So in.
If they win this, then they just got to win 3 more, and then they'll be there.
If they win tonight, with 3 more wins and 2 more losses by the Broncos, the Colts are in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And what made it more
about with and/or? Can you guys not hear me?
No.
What made it more fun last year was the anger of Viking fans. I'm sorry, it just made it so much fun because it's always what surely is going to happen. And it was such a fun game to play last year. I can't wait.
Mike O. Hey, Neil, did you see Javi rip those 2 singles last night? Yes, I did, Mike O. And his average is almost to 200 since the 2 home run game. Almost. It's like 199. What'd you have, Chase? I'm sorry.
I don't know why my mic's
Oh,
not
there you go.
right now.
Yeah, you're good now.
Yeah, you're good.
Okay. All right. I was gonna say you have a whole bet with Justin about with and/or.
Yeah.
With
Yes.
the Jaguars.
The Jaguars.
Jaguars,
I forget what it is.
They got to be with and/or. I think it was
week 15.
I think week
16?
15 or week 16.
I think he pushed it back. You
Si-
offered him 15, but
And he
took
said
it at
16. There you go. With and or week 16.
Yep.
And it can't be like you need 2. Can we agree that it can't be like you need 2 games to tie? Is that fair?
That's fair.
If you need I'll give him 1 game.
Yeah.
But it can't be 2.
You got to be on the graphic. It's got to be on the graph. Hunt is with and/or.
Yes.
Yes.
You must see the logo.
But it can't be with
40 losses.
Colts, Steelers tie, Bills, Dolphins tie.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. You're allowed 1 tie.
You're allowed 1 tie.
Okay.
Tie is a great,
I think
underrated
that's-
staple of
I think that is that's reasonable.
Okay,
1
fair.
tie.
We got 1 more or what?
Yeah, 1 more. Commanders, Terry McLaurin not attending minicamp amid contract frustrations. I've seen a lot of this, by the way. They're all over the league. Welcome to the party, Commanders.
Yeah, hey, it's a lot different, isn't it, Commanders? It's a lot different when now there's expectations. And now your best receiver's talking about holding out. And now Deebo Samuel added 35 pounds. It's a lot different
Deebo
right now,
looks
isn't
fat,
it?
dude.
Guys?
He looks like Tolbert from the Panthers. You remember Mike
Hell
Tolbert?
yeah.
Like, it's different, isn't it? When things are expected now, and I'm just saying, for the record, Commanders fans, I know you're here. You DM me on Instagram pretty much weekly to this day. You guys know I like Jaden Daniels. However, Sean, is it a lot different in year 2? Is it a lot different when Deebo Samuel's added 30 pounds? Is it a lot different when you get the schedule? Is it a lot different when people have expectations?
We had to find it out last year, and I think we passed very well considering 22 guys were out with injury. We went 15-2, and all everybody did was talk about the tough schedule, and even with all those injuries. It'll be a test for them as well. Dallas is going to be better. Now, please stop. I'm not writing a damn check for Dallas, okay? Not a damn check. But Dallas is going to be better with Dak Prescott in there.
Are they back?
Of course they're back. You know that. You set your watch to it. Of course they are. But no, I mean, all jokes aside, they're going to be better with Dak back. And obviously, you know what Philadelphia is. Congratulations, Commander fans. You're going to get a chance to see how the rest of the National Football League has lived for many, many years.
Nicholas Duncan, league failed, no Bears versus Jets Monday night, especially in December. That's Nicholas Duncan. That's what we were all clamoring for. Larry Roberts, shout out to Woodward Sports. I'm door dashing on this beautiful Friday, trying to get this money, y'all, making the time go by faster. I love listening.
Appreciate you.
Larry, for real, thank you for that, because at the core, that's what this is about for me. I can't speak to everybody else because I remember doing the same stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's, for me, that's why I do this. So shout out to you, my friend.
And you guys don't understand, this is the most fun I'll have all week. I'm not even being funny. Well, I mean, other
Not
than
when you're
my
smoking,
smoker,
yeah.
my smoker's at 240 and I got a bunch of meat on there. But no, I mean, that's what it's all about. Let's just have fun, you know?
100%. All right. What are we doing, Spenny? Put it back together.
All right.
I've destroyed it. You pick up the pieces.
Let's double up. So we'll do Feldman and Lady Jades that come back to Mad Packs and Buddies, and then we'll push through to 38. All right. Let me tell you. Let me tell you about Feldman Chevrolet. Feldman Chevrolet is Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer. They've got locations in Novi, Highland, New Hudson, Livonia, and Lansing. You can see this month's specials on the screen. Equinox, 2026 Equinox for $209 per month, or 2025 Silverado, $149 per month. Scan that QR code right there. Check out their massive inventory. Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer. Shout out again to Jay Feldman for having us out at his golf outing. It was a lot of fun. It is every year. I've gone 4 times now. Can't wait to go back next year. So shout out to Jay Feldman. And let me tell you about Lady Jane's. Shout out to Chad Johnson. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, open 7 days a week. Walk-ins are always welcome. Stop in, sit down, relax, get an award-winning haircut from one of our lovely, talented stylists. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles. And with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
Tired of losing out on the car of your dreams? Bad credit? No credit? At the Feldman Chevrolet Freedom Sale, we say yes. Over 5,000 new Chevys to choose from, all priced to move with our best deals of the year. Get a 2025 Silverado for just $149 a month, or this 2026 Equinox for only $209 a month. When other dealers say no, Feldman Chevrolet says yes. Don't miss the Freedom Sale, going on now at Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer.
No one gives away more cash and prizes than Woodward Sports. You don't believe us? Here's our latest $10,000 winner.
You know, you guys posted, hey, if you guess all this stuff right, we'll give it's $10,000. I'm like, okay, well, why the hell not?
And the winning doesn't stop there. How about our Outkick Your Coverage winner?
I think you won. David Tully, everybody. David Tully. This guy's got a hot girl.
Bigger prizes, bigger giveaways, cash, merch, tickets, and more. All from the biggest sports network in Detroit. No one does it bigger and better than Woodward Sports. Make sure you're following, liking, subscribing on Instagram, Facebook, X, and YouTube for your chances to share in the winning. From Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
Packs in stores now. Watch out for the Mad Packs Minute. I think it's going live today. We recorded it yesterday. Mad Packs, they've got everything you need. If you're just a regular flour guy, they've got that too. It's really good. I tried I believe it was their lemon pound cake. Really, really good stuff. They've got the Blizzard Packs, THCA Moon Rocks that are also amazing. My favorite, the high-low infused pre-rolls, and they've got the Boom Shakalaka Tarantulas. Get Mad Packs now. Go to getmadpacks.com to find out the dispensaries near you where you can get some Mad Packs. What about Buddies? After
Pizza.
Mad Packs, you can get some pizza.
Look at it.
No, sorry.
Look at it.
See that pizza up there?
Gosh, is that
That's
cool.
Buddy's, the original Detroit-style pizza since 1946. Tonight, go to buddiespizza.com. Use the promo code 10meal. You'll get 10% off. Dinner's done. There. I came through for everybody. There it is. You know there's one close to you. There's over 20 of them in and around the Metro Detroit area. There's one downtown as well at Broadway. We were there. They were bringing out pizzas. They couldn't even bring them out fast enough before we were knocking them down because it's elite. It's the best pizza in Detroit. They invented Detroit-style pizza. Buddies, the original Detroit-style pizza since 1946. All right, we're back at it, everybody. 4 Down Friday. We got some work to do. Let's keep it football. Neil Rule, Sean Belesian, Chase, intern Simeon, and, of course, Spencer Raxter, all of you in the Woodward Sports chat thread. Good viewership today. The energy, man. It's the energy, no doubt. Simeon, you ready to go?
Oh, yeah. Let's do it.
All right, so...
Have you recovered from last weekend yet?
Yes, I have.
Okay.
Fully.
Okay, fully. All right, so here's the deal. Simeon's our intern. He goes to Missouri, SEC school. He embraces what Missouri is. He doesn't push back when I say, hey, Simeon, are you excited for when they go 7-1 and get up to number 12 in the country? And he says, yes, I am, in October. And then in November, they proceed to go, 1-4. And then they finish.
This year's different.
8-5.
You okay with it?
This year's different.
Yeah. Oh, this year's
different.
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
Most talented team he's ever had. That's what they say.
All right, so Simeon has taken over the college football 4 Down for the rest of the summer till he reports back to Columbia, Missouri. Are you ready to go, Simeon?
Yeah, we're ready to go.
All right,
Let's
here's
do it.
your moment. Let's do it. College football.
Don't
4
blow it,
down
kid.
Friday. Don't blow it, kid. Mike G, intern Simeon is a Cotton Bowl champion. He is.
That's right.
All right, let's go.
All right, couple questions about some coaches here. First, which coach follows up their first season? Strong first season with the most success. Signetti at Indiana, Manny Diaz at Duke, or Fran Brown at Syracuse?
There are so. That's such a.
That is an adorable question.
That is such
That's
a cute.
well done.
That is a cute question right there. I'll say this, and I want to say Manny Diaz.
So do I.
I want to, because college football is better when the U is good. However, it will be Signetti, because he's mastered the schedule game. He's mastered the schedule game, Sean. Sorry, man, but he just has, and that's all we care about now. We don't care about the schedule anymore. And props to Signetti for figuring it out before everybody else did.
What's Duke's schedule? Can you look at Duke's schedule?
Yeah.
What's Duke's schedule? Because I'm inclined to. I think a number of things went right for Indiana last year, including a 37-year-old quarterback. I don't see it happening again. I feel you, Neil. I'm not saying that they're going to fall completely off the map, but a couple of those games that they won against fellow, shit show schools, I can see them popping a couple of those and going 7-5, 8-4 type of Missouri type season. Yes, sir.
Mr. Belizean.
Yes, sir.
Neil Rule here. Duke's non-con is Elon. That's fair. Everybody plays one of those. They're hosting Illinois, and they're at Tulane. What are they doing messing around at Tulane?
Yeah, you don't go to
What
the
are they
Green
doing?
Way.
Hey, they took Tulane's quarterback in the portal this offseason.
Oh, shit.
Even
Look
worse.
out.
Yeah,
Look
so
out.
it's personal.
Yeah, even worse. Sean, come on, man. Then they have NC State coming in. They're at Syracuse. They're at Cal. They have Georgia Tech coming in. They're at Clemson. They're at UConn. They have Virginia coming in. They're at UNC.
That's still such a shit schedule.
I know, but it's Duke.
It's such a shit schedule.
Indiana, in the meantime, Sean. Old Dominion coming in.
Yeah.
Kennesaw State coming in. Indiana State coming in.
Yeah.
That's how you do it.
It's like a 190-point differential in those three games right
What's
there.
their Big Ten slate?
Illinois coming in, at Iowa, at Oregon.
Loss.
Okay, well, there's your two.
Okay.
And that's fine. Michigan State coming in.
Shout out.
Potential loss.
UCLA coming in. At Maryland. At Penn State.
Loss.
Wisconsin coming in at
Loss.
Purdue.
They're gonna go 8-4, 7-5. No doubt in my mind.
Which is what Duke will do.
Yeah, they're gonna go 8-4.
It's going to be Manny Diaz, isn't it? God,
I'm going Manny Diaz.
It's going to
I
be
want
Manny
him.
Diaz.
I want
Yeah.
him. All right, second down.
I'd take 8-4.
Second down.
Or 7-5.
Or 6 and 6.
Or 6 and 6.
You take 6. If I gave it to you right now, would you take it?
No.
You wouldn't take 6 and 6?
No, I would take 7. I would take 7-5.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
What's the difference? What's the difference?
A bowl game for sure.
No, 6 and 6.
6 and
State
6
will
is
get
still
him.
a bowl game, but I see. I feel the same way. Legitimately, I don't think you should go for being the definition of mediocre.
Yeah, I agree.
Like that, you're 500. You're the Now, listen. With that being said, Spenny, if they go 6 and 6, am I taking my daughter to the Pinstripe Bowl?
Absolutely.
You bet your ass I am.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I am.
No, you'll treat it accordingly if they're 6 and 6, right?
Oh, for sure.
You'll be locked in.
I'm victory lapping. Bowl game, pussies. Yeah. No.
Even though I wouldn't take 6 and 6.
Yep. I don't like 6 and 6.
So you would take 6.
I'd rather go to Florida though. Can you bump up to 7?
Yeah.
Maybe send me out to Arizona.
Duke's Mayo? I'll go to Duke's Mayo.
Would you take the roofing.com bowl in Boca Raton at FAU Stadium?
Are you kidding me?
I'd take the Duke's Mayo
The
Bowl.
Mayo?
Yeah. Could you imagine Jonathan Smith?
It wouldn't be the
shoulders
first time
full
I
of
had
mayo?
bukkake, so I mean you could pour that mayo all over me.
Second down. Now. Hurry.
Struggling coach under the most pressure to win in 2025. Mike Norvell, Billy Napier, Brent Venables, or Lincoln Riley?
This is a dependent answer. Like most pressure nationally, most pressure institutionally. Because if it's institutionally, I would say Lincoln Riley.
I was thinking institutionally.
I'll still go Venables.
Now, common sense answer, Venables, And because if Oklahoma melts down again, what do? You got to fire the guy.
Yeah.
You got to.
You have to.
Like, that's...
You have to.
That's it. It's Oklahoma, man. And the Michigan fans already, young Justin, here, have come into the studio and they're like, okay, Neil, coffee bet. I'll take Oklahoma. You can have Michigan. They're already rationalizing.
Justin did say that. Yeah, he said it yesterday.
They're already rationalizing. They are.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah,
they're going.
I don't know what's going on with the mic.
You really think so?
I do.
See, I don't.
I'm with.
yeah.
I'm with,
Justin
I'm with
said yesterday. He's like,
I'm with Justin.
Yeah. On the morning show, he said he's got Oklahoma beating Michigan.
Yeah,
because they have a better quarterback.
So then, like, if they have a better quarterback at Oklahoma, then what are you?
This goes back to a week ago where people were, and it followed up, by the way, Monday. You weren't with us, where somebody legitimately jumped back in the chat and said, I can't believe you said Michigan's going 10-2 and going to the playoffs. Like, mad at me that I wasn't giving Michigan enough credit. It's insanity to me. I still believe that. I think Oklahoma's a crap show, and I think their head coach is a crap show.
their defense is pretty fucking good last year. Though.
I'm gonna stand on that, though. I really do. I think when you look at what Michigan was last year, look how good that defense was, and it took a while for Wink to get it going. But you guys, whether we want to admit it or not, I am not one of those human beings. I remember what y'all were saying about Sharon Moore, and I don't know how I feel about Sharon Moore as a coach just yet. Your defense is going to carry you. You have a freshman quarterback.
I mean,
you played the schedule game very well in my mind, because I just don't think that Oklahoma is the threat that other people think them to be. So 10-2 and going to the playoffs and being a better team by the end of the year than you were at the beginning of the year is all you could ask for.
You think they're gonna just reload like that on defense? Like, they lost. I mean, they had 3 guys on the defensive line in the first 2 rounds, and they had obviously Will Johnson in the first round too.
I think a lot of it was scheme. I mean, as the season went on, honestly, let's give credit where credit. This is a guy that people wanted, like, Wink gone.
Yeah.
And I think the fact that he got that
Never
defense
forget, by the
going.
way.
No, I don't.
Yeah.
I think that he got that defense going the way he did. I think he got his scheme in, and he got the guys to buy in, and I think it worked well.
I don't know if it was more scheme than Kenneth Grant and Mason Graham being the best run. You know, those guys.
Well, both things can be true.
Yeah.
Both things can be true. Your scheme's a hell of a lot better when you got 2 of the... And I'll go back to it, Sean. When you have 4 of the top 40 picks in the draft, and you go and you put up a very Auburn after a chip S7 and 5, but hey, I'm the dick because I asked the questions about that. I'm the bad guy. I'm the hater.
There's questions about Sharon Moore. You guys know it. And again, consider...
No, there's not, Sean.
Consider the source.
Sean, you're a hater.
I think you're going 10-2 and going back to the playoffs. So you're out your mind. And that's why for the life, I can't understand the pushback, Neil. I cannot. You have a freshman quarterback. You have a coach. You won't admit it to Neil. You won't admit it to me. You won't admit it to Spenny. You won't admit it to either one of these guys, Simeon or Chase. But when you're amongst yourselves, you'll all talk about the questions that you have about Sharon. You will. I know it. I've heard it. I've been privy to those conversations.
We did a great job there of taking Simeon's question, answering it, and then going in a completely different direction. In the chat, Michigander 1212. Justin's been wrong about his Michigan takes for a while. I like the very Neil Rule stuff from Art Vandalay here. Lincoln Riley has a $17 million house in California. He's under the most pressure to pay those property taxes.
He's paid regardless.
He is paid regardless. All right, next up.
I'll take Billy Napier for the record there. Put it on record.
They've become Missouri football. Let's be honest. They have.
He's got a quarterback now. It's time.
He does,
It's time.
They stayed alive through the toughest schedule that's ever been assembled in any sport.
Yes, and they get to do it again this year.
They're stupid. All right, look. Both things can be true, right? I respect Billy Napier. I do, because he held the fort together.
Yeah.
He was William Wallace.
Yeah.
Hold.
Shut
Like,
up.
he did that, but at the same time,
just be like Signetti.
But I know he walked into somebody. Yeah. What are you doing? What are you doing messing with these folks? Like, I go back to Friday. All right, next time.
Starting with LSU at plus 800 excludes Bama, Georgia, and Texas. Who's your SEC champion long shot pick?
If you're doing this to a fault, and I know this has no chance of happening, But to a fault, I'm going to play the game. I'm going to be like Triple H. It's time to play the game.
It's time to play the game.
I'll
I know
always
that one.
ride.
Triple H is my guy.
I'll always ride in these scenarios with Lane Kiffin. Always. Because it's the most fun ride. It is.
Hey, you'll get a cash out offer probably at some point too.
Yeah,
so
you'll
there
get
you
a
go.
cash out offer.
There you go.
This kid's going to go places, man. He is. At some point, you're going to be up. At some point, your $100 bet to win, I don't know what Mississippi is.
It's plus 1,000 right now on Caesars. You're going to see plus like 400 at some point. So there you go.
At some point, you're going to get 4 to 1 on your money. And Sean, I'm going to smash that cash out button.
There is not a bigger con than that man. There just isn't. I want you to look at his entire resume. There's nothing
No,
there.
because as soon as they beat Georgia, they'll go lose to Kentucky
That's
the next
exactly
week.
it.
So.
There's
no one.
There's nothing there. Look at his days. Look at his days with the Raiders. I mean, Al Davis had to have a PowerPoint discussion at 973 years old to talk about what a disaster Lane Kiffin was. There was nothing at Tennessee. There was nothing at USC. There was nothing everywhere he's been. There's nothing. There's nothing there. And yet I want to get on the ride every single year. Every single year I want to get on the ride.
So Mike G here says Lane Kiffin would be like Sharon Moore if Ole Miss was in the Big Ten beating Ryan Day on the regular. Mike G, kind of. But Lane Kiffin's entertaining and Sharon Moore is not.
Lane Kiffin is entertaining.
Lane Kiffin.
He's fun.
I like
when
Lane
he
Kiffin.
gets on Twitter. Yeah,
there's nothing like
I'm
it.
sorry, it's his.
He looks like Daniel Tosh.
I miss coaches like that. I'm sorry. I miss
the Mike Leach family.
I miss Steve
Rest in
Spurrier. Just getting into Phil Fulmer. I do.
He's like a shitty
Visors
Steve
are
Spurrier.
cool.
I need it.
You remember that guy? The video of the guy who was painted completely white at the Georgia game? Spurrier! You think visors are cool? It's the dogs! Oh, dude, that is all-time video.
You can't spell citrus without UT.
For no reason.
Fat old Phil. I love that stuff. Just absolute. We miss characters like that. He really is a character to an era gone by.
And that's why, okay, guys, let's just put the cards on the table. That's why I think the SEC is better than the Big Ten. Never mind the fact they've won like 80% of the national titles since high definition television.
Means nothing.
Never mind that. Never mind that, Sean. Let's do the wrestling angle. The coaches, the personalities, the fan bases, poisoning a neighbor's tree because they like Auburn and you like Alabama, or vice versa. Sean, you can't compete with that in the Big Ten. No. You can't. Guys, I'm sorry. You can't. It's not even the football. It's not. It's the rest. It's WWE and AEW. The SEC is the WWE and the Big Ten is the AEW.
We need more characters. And you know what? Can I tell you this? You know who I like? I like Bielema. Bielema is like diet Lane Kiffin.
Yes.
We need
Every now and again, he'll throw a shot out there, right?
For no reason.
For no reason.
And his team's 7-5.
Go on. I'm listening. Go on. You know, I'm sorry. I love that shit.
Wait, I got this for you guys.
What were you going to say, Spenny?
Elite TD work real quick. Oh, I said we need Coach O back, but shout out to this guy.
I don't really know what's going on, so why don't you tell me?
This is the dogs! It's December, baby! This is how we do it for the dogs! Go, Georgia! Woo!
Wait, why are you white?
We're getting the red and black going right now. White base coat.
White's just the first step.
Base coat. We get a red and then we get a black going. And that's the dogs! The red and the black! Yeah! Spurrier! You think visors are cool? You're gonna find something new when you come into Sanford Stadium in 2009!
You think visors are cool? I love that guy.
I'm sorry I miss characters like that. I really like Neil. I know we were Barry Switzer telling teams he's gonna hang half 100 on them. Like, that's great. I'm gonna hang half 100 on you in Columbia. And then backing it up. And final score is 66-3. That, man, I love stuff like that.
There's not one clip of a Big Ten fan like that.
No, that's true.
Not one anywhere. And that one, people don't even know that exists till you played it.
That means more.
DNC, ENT, Big Ten ain't no F and AEW, WTF. To the SEC, they are.
That was not modern drugs, Art.
Okay.
That was like 10 years ago. At the very, that was
You
like
don't
15
know
years
until you've
ago.
been to a game down there. I don't know what else to tell you. You don't. You think you do, but you don't. You don't know.
I'm not even talking about the football guys, even though they have won 80% of the national titles. Since high definition television.
Nobody wants it. You don't know until you've been to a game.
All right, next one. Is there more?
Yes, there is.
Okay.
Are
there more?
You guys are all high on Michigan, so pick one today. What's more likely? Today's June 13th. Pick one today. What's more likely? Michigan makes the playoff or Michigan State makes a bowl game?
Spenny, I go right to you.
Bowl game.
Thank you.
Playoff.
Oh.
Playoff. That schedule is shit. And by the way, before y'all yell at me, good for you. I'm serious. You're smart. That's
I'm
the way.
dumb.
That's the way to navigate today.
You're good looking. I'm ugly.
Listen, okay. Can Michigan get in with a 9-3 record? It is very possible this year. I mean that. Spenny, would you be shocked at all if Michigan State went 5-7?
Oh God, no.
No. No, I wouldn't. I'm sorry. I wouldn't. It pains me to say it, but
That fucking sucks, dude.
I think Michigan's
how
going
many
back to
losses
play.
can Michigan have and get in the playoff?
3. At most 3.
3, but it's difficult. I
Yeah.
think it's going to be difficult.
Okay.
I think this year's different. Remember last year at this time, I remember talking to some of the slapdicks around here. The problem with Michigan last year is who those losses come to. If all things are considered equal and you're up against Texas who already beat you or this team who already beat you, you're going to be the team sitting out in the
If
cold.
it was Texas, Oregon, and Ohio State,
right,
they would have had a shot to get in last year.
right. So at the end of the day this year, I don't think we're going to be having that conversation. I don't. I mean, I look at that schedule and I'm going to say it again, 2 losses.
That Oklahoma game.
Oh, it's huge.
Is the swing game.
It really is. I'm not joking. I think you could.
Because that's a national TV, network TV night game that
you
everyone's
could
gonna
afford
watch.
to lose that if you come back and beat Ohio State.
That'll cancel it out.
Yeah.
Fair.
And Ohio State could still win the Big Ten Conference, and perhaps that could be their only loss. You know? You could be a 2-loss Michigan team who beat Ohio State, but Ohio State's going to play for the Big Ten Championship. But, yeah. Simeon, that's a great question. I would say Michigan.
On June 13th. Was that
On
the
June 13th.
Was that the last one?
I love on June
That was
13th.
fourth down, yes.
All right, that was 4th down. All right, Tigers fans, listen up tonight. Nemo's.
Get a burger. Get a
the
burger.
White Claw Tigers Tour. That's right. Heavyweights will be there.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to pull up. I'm not going to be there for a long time, but I'll be there for a good time.
It's gonna be a great time.
I need your best.
Got you.
When I show up for 20 minutes,
Oh, yeah.
I need your best.
Oh, for sure. We'll pound a couple White Claws. We can do an Irish car bomb or something. We'll be good.
Jesus Christ.
Hey, you said my best.
That's fair. It is the White Claw Tigers Tour. Spencer and Easy tonight. Nemo's. That's right. Woodward Sports hitting 4 of the top bars in Metro Detroit. It's Nemo's turn tonight. Be a part of the fun. And hey, there's a watch party tonight. So watch the game with the heavyweights on Woodward. Thousands of you do it every single time. Be a part of the fun. Watch the reactions to the best team in baseball. It's the White Claw Tigers Tour, brought to you by White Claw and Ben Johnson Law.
It's part beauty, part beast. It's for those who dare to be different, for those who want to stand out, and for those who are built for more. The all-new Ineos Grenadier combines strength and style for an unmatched driving experience. Sold exclusively at Feldman Ineos of Waterford.
Why do we fight? We fight to protect the innocent, to hold the powerful accountable, to bring the oppressors to justice. Why do we fight? We fight to secure and preserve our civil liberties, to get each and every one of our clients the justice they deserve, and to make the lives of real people just like you whole again. ThenFights.com.
Enough Detroit sports. Make sure you listen to Ermanni and Edwards with Maz next, 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. on the Woodward Sports Network.
All right, back at it. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, 4 Down Friday. Neil Rule, Sean Belesian, Chase, intern Simeon, SEC intern Simeon.
Way to crush it, Simeon.
Yeah, good job. Good job. Spencer Raxter, all of you in the Woodward Sports chat thread. I forget who said this, but somebody said it. Why does Sean have that look when Simeon reads those questions? Because Sean loves college football more than I do. And I love college football a lot. I like college football more than NFL football. I'll look you in the eye and say that to you.
Me too.
Without a shadow of a doubt. I love college football because it's dealer's choice. I can look at a team and like how they play and then like that team. It's not just everyone runs a pro style, everyone runs the same, 4-3 defense.
It's a how do you want it league.
It's a Tupac game. How do you want it? And that's why I love it. And I love that a game starts at midnight in the summertime and Hawaii's playing, and I text Sean at 2:15 when that game's still kicking off the second half, and he responds within 11 seconds.
True story. I love that. I'm not joking. One of my favorite days of the year, and this year it happens to fall on August 23rd, is that magical day where my two worlds combine. My cider mill opens and college football starts. And I don't care who's on. How many times are you on a Thursday night where there's, it's the Titans and the Panthers getting together? Cool, I got something else to watch. I don't give a shit what the games are on week 0. Wait a second, I get to watch college football? I'm in. 71 days from now, I get a chance to do that. So that's why I get that look on my face, because quite frankly, I'm trying to hide my erection.
Okay.
I mean, that's just the reality of it. I love college football.
Week 0 schedule. You want to do it real quick?
Yes.
This is totally off the board.
It's not a good schedule.
Not a good
This
yeah,
year.
not a good
It's not
slate.
a good schedule.
Is it not? Hold on. I'll be the judge of that.
There's one good game, I would say.
At noon, ESPN, Iowa State against Kansas State in Ireland. I'm in.
That's the one.
I'm in.
That's
going
gonna
to
be a fun game to
And
watch.
America's in. It's the first game.
I think compared to some of the Dublin games of the past, though, that one is less than. But I'm in.
It's going to be a fun game.
You're going to watch?
Oh, I'm in. Don't
You're
get me
going to
wrong.
watch.
I'm in.
You are going to watch because it's the first game.
I'm going to have, seriously, 2 gallons of cider and a dozen donuts around me.
6:30
I love
on
the cider
Fox. Fresno State at Kansas. I'll watch the beginning.
Hell yes.
Fresno State and Kansas doesn't sound too bad.
I hate watching Kansas. Oh my gosh.
Well, Simeon goes to Missouri. He's in.
I miss when Kansas was good for a little while.
For that minute, remember Orange Bowl?
Mangino, remember
Yeah.
they were cute.
I miss Mangino.
They were cute for a few years, and that was I just love fat guys. I do, and he was enormous.
Yeah.
He was a jolly fat guy. It was great.
At 7 o'clock, I am turning the channel to CBS Sports Network. And most of you won't. But I will, because I'm cut different than you are. Sam Houston State at Western Kentucky. Guys, I'm telling you, Sam Houston State, they're going to get it together, Sean. And we saw it happen in real time. I'm talking to just you right now, not the hundreds of people that are watching. Sam Houston State's going to be a factor before it's all said and done.
I love games like that because, again, it's one of those things like, what else am I doing on a Saturday night in late August? Because I think most guys are, honestly, most guys are sitting back going, what exhibition game's on tonight? And for me, I'm like, no, I'm a Hilltopper tonight. I'm legitimately a Hilltopper. I want to watch Western Kentucky tonight.
And then the last one on CBS. I penalize it for the 7:30 start time, but it's national TV. Stanford at Hawaii. You know where I'll be at 7:30. You know where I will be.
You have to be. But like I said, this year, I think in years gone by, the excitement level was a little bit more, but I mean, I'm still excited. I'm still in. That's what I'm doing. I'm going to say it again, Neil. I don't understand why college football, it's such a critical mistake. I would load that whole first weekend up and then the second weekend. Like the day before Labor Day, why college football doesn't say, we are going to put a game on at noon, 3:30, go 7 o'clock and then go 9 o'clock. I don't get it. They always have that Sunday night game before Labor Day, but nothing is going on that day. There's no NFL action on that day. I wish that college football would say those 2 weekends, no, we're going to own it. We're going to give every other weekend up to the NFL, but those first 2 weekends, we're going to own them.
We're going to dominate.
I don't get why they don't do that. I really don't.
17 games on the Thursday night before Labor Day weekend. 17 games on the Thursday night. All of them start between 5:30. Props to Boise State, South Florida for starting at 5:30.
I love it. That's fantastic.
Props
That's
to you for doing it that way. Yeah, it's absolutely great. Dan in the Woodward Sports Super Chat. Many SEC schools don't have a local NFL team, so they go all in for the collegiate game. So it's a little crazier. I don't want your excuses. I want you to match the output, Big Ten fans. That's what I want.
It's true.
That's all I'm asking for, man. DNC ENT, I'm in, Neil. That's it. Sports media nickel package.
We got to go to break, and then we can knock it out. Let me tell you guys about Loom Cannabis. They've got the buzzing drinks. I'm telling you, they're the best in the game. Perfect for the golf course. Sean had 2 last night. 7.5 milligrams. They're delicious. You can get them or place your order at loom.com or scan that QR code. Make sure you use promo code WSN30 to get 30% off your entire order. It's Loom Cannabis.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles. And with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
The boys of summer are here, and Woodward Sports is all over the Motor City with the White Claw Tigers Tour. Come party with Woodward Sports, watch the Tigers, and sip on some White Claw all summer long. The best bars, big giveaways, live events, and a party that only Woodward Sports can throw. Ain't no party like a Woodward Sports party. Join us Friday, June 13th from 5 to 7 with the heavyweights at Nemo's in Corktown for the White Claw Tigers Tour, brought to you by White Claw and Ven Johnson. Head to woodwardsports.com and click on Shop. Get the latest in Detroit sports apparel and exclusive Woodward Sports gear. Woodwardsports.com can get the whole team outfitted. Love the Pistons, Red Wings, and Tigers? We got something for you, too. Shop online at woodwardsports.com.
Selection of products for you to choose from at Jars Cannabis. Top shelf quality, unmatched variety, and you know it's priced for the people. You can find them at shopjars.com or go to jars_life. Go get the Darren McCarty pack that's in all jars right now. It's Jars Cannabis.
All right, final segment of the show, Big D Energy, 4 Down Friday. We cut the downs, we cut the number of packages, we still didn't make it. How about this smart Vandalay?
All right.
Neil, I'll have a lay-on and be 2 Mai Tais deep watching that first Hawaii game. Can you commit to a Mai Tai?
Oh, for sure. For sure. Oh, my goodness. Yes.
Okay, so I want to coordinate this, and we don't have to be together. We can do it, not virtually, but just, can we get the photo with the Mai Tai, with the game on in the background that Saturday night?
We could be, like, incredibly, fruity. And take pictures of each other, like FaceTiming each other. I'd do that.
Yeah.
I'd salute you. 100%.
You in for that? Can you arrange for a Mai Tai?
Yeah, I can get a Mai Tai.
Yeah.
First, Simeon, you'll probably be back at Missouri, but I think the frat boys would love this, right?
They probably would, yes. Yes, they would.
Dude, listen, if you're involved in that, shame on you.
No.
Come on, you have no business being on a FaceTime of all of us holding up a Mai Tai. You should be balls deep at that moment. All right?
All right, everybody. 4 Down Friday.
Damn right, Sean.
Sports media, 4 Down Friday. Let's go.
I bet those Mizzou girls look pretty fucking good, too. All right, first question of the sports business 4 Downs. NBA ratings for the first 2 games of the series averaged about 9 million viewers per game. That is down about 30% from last year and are less than half of the more than 18 million people that watched the first 2 games of the 2018 finals when LeBron played Steph. Shea is the league MVP. Halliburton is the most clutch playoff performer of all time. What more do the people want?
Listen,
they want big markets, Sean. They want New York. They want Chicago. They want LA. That's you say you hate it. You all say you hate it. It's what you want. Am I right?
We have 2 like really legendary series going on right now, and the numbers are atrocious. Shame on you. You're missing great action. That's a you problem. I can't help you out anymore, Neil, nor will I try to help you out anymore.
Mike G. See, Neil, everyone hates the NBA. Go NHL. There's still almost 9 million people watching the NBA as opposed to 2.5 million for the NHL. So tap the brakes a little bit, Mike G. But Spenny, I'm curious to get your take on this, man. For real.
No, that's what it is. You know that's what it is.
So why do we say we hate it?
They say they hate the dynasties. They say they hate LeBron. They say they hate the Lakers, but that's all they want. That's all anybody wants.
Can we go back to something that came up earlier in the show, and our lives will be infinitely easier if we accept this. We're less than. Both the NBA and the NHL is less than. Move on with your day. It's okay.
Oh, Sean, I've never said that the NBA is less than.
I know. But like that's the biggest problem. It's like people get mad. Why are you taking a shot at the NBA? By telling you what the ratings are? Oh, what about the NHL? You're right. What am I supposed to argue? Am I supposed to play your routine and argue with fact? Like we're less than. It's okay. That doesn't mean you don't like it any less, right?
Right.
Embrace it. Who gives 2 shits?
It's crazy. This is crazy.
I don't get it.
Nick Hedigan, everyone loves hating the NBA. No, still almost 9 people watched. 9 million people watched. 9 million people watched. And going back to that Steph Clay series, almost 20 million people watched the game. Like those are numbers that you could total up the NHL viewership and it wouldn't get to that number. Like that's. And baseball can't touch the NBA's numbers.
Baseball's numbers are going up this year, though.
100%
Baseball's
they are.
doing great this year for some reason.
Yeah. No, they are.
They're getting like that bros for Trump demographic that like helped him win is what's projecting baseball right now. It's like college age white men are watching baseball at an insanely high. I forget who broke it down, like the demographic statistics of it, but they're up like 60% from last year watching baseball.
I was
right now.
wondering because like my son has always been a huge baseball fan. I mean, he just loves it and everything. All his friends are like all in right now, and I was really wondering, Spenny. And I'm glad that you brought that up. Is it because of the Tigers or is it just
I'm not
in
sure.
general?
I don't
know. I don't know. Because all his friends, all of a sudden, all these little punks that used to come over to my house and talk to me about football things are like, oh, Mr. Belegian, what do you think about this? And it's like,
and it's not even just the Tigers. Like, obviously, it's good.
Right?
You're going to feel the ripples of it around here because the Tigers are the best team in baseball. But it's across the board. All MLB ratings are up like at least 25%. Yeah. It's crazy.
Woodward Sports chat thread. Craig, it's not as good as it used to be. Come on, NBA. 5 years ago, they had 20 million people watching the NBA. Like, come on, everyone. And I knew this was going to happen, Spenny. I knew it was. People are going to act like it's not, 9 million people watching this game.
Do you know what it is? It's like the old bit with Saturday Night Live that it was always better 5 years ago. And we said that 5 years ago. Seriously, how often have we said that? It's we all turn into our parents in a certain regard. Of course, everything was better when we were younger, right?
Kevin Bell, Neil, that's not a lot. No, it actually is the most watched primetime thing on network TV. All right, go ahead. Second up.
Real quick update since we had baseball on the brain. Kevin McGonigal last night, 4 hits, 4 runs, 2 RBIs, 2 doubles, and a dong.
Bring him home?
Bring him home. Kevin McGonigal's so good.
September call-up?
No.
Give him a spin?
No. But maybe next year.
Give him a spin?
Maybe next year.
Okay.
We talked with Rogelio, and he said if he keeps fucking hitting the way he is right now, he could win something out of spring.
Given the nature of the position he plays, there's a premium on him.
There is a premium on him. All right, next question of the Sports Business 4 Down. With that being said about the ratings, the average ticket price for the NBA Finals is $1,150 per ticket. Jesus.
Well, that's weird. I just got told nobody cares about the NBA and everyone hates it. So which is it, everybody? Just remember, old Neil Rule, ...
A lot of it is the market that is desirous to win. I mean, you're seeing the same thing at Edmonton. You're going to spend half of your farm trying to get a ticket. You're talking about, 3 cities that are very desirous to winning a championship. So absolutely, supply and demand, especially in smaller markets, you see the numbers go up.
Burn in the super chat. Thank you, Shohei, Scooble, Judge, and the Mets for saving the MLB. Exactly. Big markets. Big markets.
Next question of the sports business 4 downs. Without a formal expansion process in place, city officials in suburban Atlanta approve for a $3 billion development that will include an 18,000-seat arena. So will the NHL be expanding to Atlanta again for the 3rd time?
Guys, don't say I didn't tell you. I told you.
The city council already said, yeah, let's build the arena.
That's crazy.
I told you guys. Remember I said this to you 6 months ago. Anson Carter being a part of this is huge. It checks all the boxes for the NHL. It really does. I'm not saying it's imminent. And Gary said the right thing when he had his little state of the league address, that they're not pursuing it right now, but it's coming. And of course, the 3rd time is a charm. It'll work in Atlanta wonderfully.
Detroit Dabber 313 immediately in the chat. Thrashers! They are going to bring that back from what I understood.
It's coming back. I'm telling you. I know
it can't be the Thrashers again.
Please tell me you
though?
guys remember it. I said it to you guys like 6 months ago. Like, Anson Carter being a part of that is huge. It
Sean,
checks all the boxes for the. I don't like it.
I see where you're going with this, and I
it.
respect it. You're being a good steward for your game.
I don't like it.
Sean, I will laugh at this.
I don't like it.
I will laugh at this if they do it again.
I'll
laugh at you, and I'll laugh at your
like
sport.
I don't like it.
Sean, will you still be my
like
friend if I laugh at you?
Yes. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. But it's still happening. I can not like it all I want, but it's still happening. And
We're not
you that 6 months
expanding.
ago.
We're not expanding. The NHL is not expanding. We're not actively looking for expansion. Hey, we're going to build an arena in Atlanta, and it's already set to go. Let's go. We got the shovels in the ground. Let's go.
Don't say I didn't tell you 6 months ago.
Maybe it's WNBA. Did they already have a team?
A dream.
Yeah.
They already got a team?
Brittany Griner now, too.
Oh, look out.
And you still have
Can't miss that one.
You still have all those poor people up in Quebec that think that
Quebec's not getting shit.
It's insane. Never.
That would sell out that building.
Quebec City
everything.
is the only walled city in North America.
It's beautiful too.
Got a bunch of cool shit in here, buddy. All right, last question of the day. Last question of this Friday before we get out of here. Saquon Barkley led the NFL in jersey sales. This is the first time a non-quarterback has been number 1 since 2016. Are running backs back?
They are. Sean, they are.
For sure.
And it kind of warms my heart a little bit. It does.
It was our era. Yeah, it was definitely our era. You can, I mean, honestly, you can go back, pick a year from the 80s, and guys like Neil and I, you name a team, and we knew who the starting running backs were. Because they were the only guys getting the ball. And I'm not saying that we're going back to that era, but yeah, I kind of like that. You know, control the game on the ground and everything. Yeah, it's old school. I have no problem with it.
I like it from the
quarterback is still by far the most important.
Well, but it's not running backs like it was like the era you're talking about.
Yes.
It's running backs as in like the Jameson Williams or like the Jameson Williams thing. Get the ball in his hand and shit happens.
Right.
That's what it is.
Right.
Like it's attack. Good job, everybody.
God bless you guys.
We did it.
Pick a dip?
Are we back at it Monday?
Yeah, it's Monday.
For Chase, for intern Simeon, for Spencer Raxter, I'm Neil Rule. Thanks for tapping in. Detroit City, 6 o'clock tomorrow. Channel 50 in Detroit. Please watch.
Get her done.
Get her done, everybody. Please watch. Well.